The stage feels enormous as the young Filipino teenager steps into the spotlight, his small frame almost swallowed by the bright lights and vast audience of America's Got Talent. He wears simple, slightly worn clothes that quietly tell a story of hardship and humility even before he speaks a word. The crowd murmurs with curiosity, unsure of what to expect, while the judges watch closely from their table. Simon Cowell sits back in his chair, arms crossed, his expression neutral and cautious, having seen thousands of hopeful contestants before. When the boy introduces himself, his voice trembles slightly, revealing nerves but also sincerity. He talks briefly about his life back home, about music being his escape from poverty and his dream of singing on a stage he never imagined he would reach. There is no dramatic speech, no attempt to impress, just honesty. This simplicity makes the room grow quieter, as the audience begins to sense something real unfolding. As he adjusts the microphone, his hands shake, and he takes a deep breath, closing his eyes for a moment as if gathering courage. The lights soften, focusing solely on him, isolating him from the massive crowd. In that silence, the tension is almost tangible. Some audience members lean forward, while others hold their breath. Simon glances at the other judges, then back at the boy, curiosity replacing skepticism. This moment before the music begins becomes powerful in its own way. It is the calm before an emotional storm, the instant where fear, hope, and dreams collide. No one yet knows that within seconds this quiet, nervous teenager is about to change the entire room and touch hearts around the world. The music begins softly, almost hesitantly, as if matching the boy's nervous heartbeat. Then he sings the first note, and everything in the theater instantly changes. His voice is clear, deep, and filled with emotion far beyond his years. The sound carries through the hall, cutting through the silence and stopping. Every whisper in the audience, people who were shifting in their seats freeze, eyes widening as they realize this is not an ordinary audition. With each line, the confidence in his voice grows stronger. The lyrics pour out with raw honesty, shaped by struggle, hope, and quiet resilience. It feels less like a performance and more like a confession from the soul. The camera moves across the judges' table, capturing their reactions in real time. One judge raises their eyebrows in disbelief, another slowly smiles, while Simon Cowell leans forward, resting his chin on his hand, completely focused. The audience is spellbound. Some listeners place their hands over their hearts, others begin to tear up, already emotionally pulled into the song. The boy's earlier nerves seem to disappear as he connects with the music, standing taller, holding the microphone with steady hands now. His voice fills every corner of the auditorium, rich with feeling and control, sending chills through the crowd. As the melody builds, the atmosphere becomes electric. The judges are no longer evaluating technique alone. They are feeling the story behind the voice. In this moment, it becomes clear that something special is unfolding. This is the point where doubt fades, expectations shatter, and everyone realizes they are witnessing a performance that will be remembered long after the final note fades away. As the song reaches its emotional core, the camera slowly shifts toward the judges' table, and all eyes are drawn to Simon Cowell. His usual composed, critical expression begins to soften, then crack. The lyrics seem to hit him deeply, each word carrying a weight that goes far beyond the stage. His eyes glisten under the bright lights, and for a moment he looks down, trying to regain control, but the emotion is too strong to hide. Simon lifts his head again, visibly moved, his lips pressed together as he fights back tears. One hand rises to his face, covering his mouth in disbelief. This is not the Simon known for sharp critiques and tough standards. This is a man genuinely touched. The audience senses it instantly. A quiet wave of emotion ripples through the theater as people realize something extraordinary is happening. The boy continues singing, unaware at first of the impact he is having. His voice trembles slightly with feeling, perfectly matching the raw emotion spreading through the room. Other judges glance at Simon, shocked to see him so vulnerable. One of them nods slowly, eyes wet, acknowledging the power of the moment. As the song builds, Simon's tears finally fall. He does not wipe them away, letting them show without shame. The crowd grows silent, completely absorbed, as if afraid to break the spell. This becomes more than a performance, it turns into a shared emotional experience. In this moment, barriers disappear, and the distance between judge, contestant, and audience fades. A simple song, sung by a young Filipino teen, has reached the heart of one of the toughest judges in the world, marking the turning point of an unforgettable audition. The final note rings out across the auditorium, lingering in the air for a brief, breathtaking second. Silence follows, heavy and electric, as if the entire room needs a moment to process what it has just witnessed. The Filipino teen lowers the microphone slightly, his chest rising and falling as he exhales, eyes shining with emotion. For a heartbeat, he stands completely still, unsure of what comes next. Then the audience erupts. Applause explodes from every corner of the theater as people leap to their feet, cheering, clapping, and shouting his name. The sound is overwhelming, a roaring wave of approval that crashes over the stage. The judges rise as well, joining the standing ovation. Tears stream down the boy's face as he realizes the impact of his performance. His hands tremble again, this time not from fear, but from disbelief and joy. Golden confetti suddenly bursts into the air, raining down in shimmering waves as the lights flash brighter. The moment feels unreal, almost dreamlike. Simon Cowell stands, applauding with red, tear-filled eyes, nodding slowly in respect. Other judges smile broadly, some wiping away tears of their own. The audience chants and cheers even louder, feeding the emotion of the scene. The teen looks out over the crowd, overwhelmed, covering his face for a second as he breaks down crying. This is no longer just an audition, it is a life-changing moment. The stage that once felt intimidating now feels like a place of victory. In this powerful instant, years of struggle, sacrifice, and quiet hope are rewarded, transforming a shy teenager into the heart of the night and leaving everyone present with a memory they will never forget. Backstage, the noise of the cheering crowd slowly fades, but the emotion of the moment remains overwhelming. The Filipino teen sits quietly, still holding the microphone, his hands shaking as tears continue to fall. Surrounded by stage lights, cameras, and crew members, he looks almost stunned, as if he is afraid the moment might disappear if he blinks. Someone gently places a hand on his shoulder, offering comfort as he tries to catch his breath. When the judges join him moments later, the atmosphere shifts from excitement to warmth. Simon Cowell speaks softly, praising the performance as one of the most emotional he has ever witnessed. His words hit the boy deeply, and he breaks down again, nodding through tears. The other judges echo Simon's praise, calling his voice unforgettable and his story inspiring. For the first time, the teen allows himself to smile through the tears. Outside the theater, the world is already reacting. Clips of the performance spread rapidly across social media, gathering millions of views within hours. Comments flood in from every corner of the globe, with people praising his talent and sharing how his voice moved them. He becomes a symbol of hope for countless young dreamers who see themselves in his journey. As he leaves the stage area, the boy looks back one last time, taking in the place where his life changed forever. He arrived as an unknown teenager with a dream, but he leaves as a rising star with the world watching. More than fame or applause, he carries something even greater, the belief that his voice matters, and that dreams, no matter how distant they seem, can truly come true.